Anyway, we'll do something with these eventually. Oh god, it just flops.
There's a lot of dust coming off of that.
Oh, that's not my dust. Stranger's dust.
Stranger's garage, indoor attic, or basement.
Oh, I'm alarmed. I don't even know what room of the house it's from. Hi, I'm Kitty Gumdrop and you're watching Kitty's channel. So I'm back with Nate. He and I haven't done a video together in so long, like just the two of us. Oh, I don't want to get copyrighted. I wanted to sing so bad. Why do I have this giant box? I'm going to show you this giant box. Ugh. Look at this. Like, it's giant, but it's super thin. Oh.
Howdy ho, neighbor.
Yeah.
Need some good advice?
So bad, wrong place. So I got this big box and I ordered it, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. With shipping, this cost me $215.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, $215. But I have a good reason for it. I told you recently that I'm getting into doll customizing, and I've got a few back here that I've been working on. They're not done yet. I'll show you when one of them at least gets done. But I needed more stuff. Like, I got Bratz dolls, and I realized I did like the shapes of the Monster High faces. There were so many different face shapes and stuff that I just needed to buy some. So I bought a stock box full of them, $200 worth, and it looked like a lot, and I didn't see exactly how many, but I'm guessing it was 28 if my math was correct from the photos. They all look to be like having all their arms and stuff, so I'm really excited, and I brought Nate here with me because neither of us really know that much about Monster High. So if you're interested in seeing me open this $200 Monster High supply box, stay tuned. As I was editing, I discovered that the only things that I actually did during that video, me and Nate, is open comment to get like really enamored with playing with different dolls. We didn't show everybody everything we got, so if you guys are more interested in finding out the inventory of the video, skip to about like 10 minutes and 45 seconds in. The first 10 minutes of it is me and Nate opening it up, and we show a few dolls. But the very last bit of the video is going to be me showing you everything and explaining their names, and it's not going to be a lot, but it is going to be more in-depth about what actually came in the box. So if you're interested in that, skip forward. If you want to enjoy the whole video, go ahead, but I just wanted to let you guys know if that's all you're here for, there is a place for that. So, thank you. Oh, I hope I don't cut anything important. Oh. I'm not going deep.
Jeez, that's a lot of dolls.
Oh my, yeah. So I got the box open now, and we moved the table down because it was really high up and we couldn't dig through it. It was terrible. There are a lot of dolls in here. And most of these dolls came with clothes. There are only a few missing arms, and alright, let's check out what we got in here. I got one of the skeleton dolls. I'm not really sure what her name is, but if you guys have any suggestions down below for any of the dolls I might do a customization based on your suggestions, because I'm really not sure what I want to do with all these. I've never worked with a Monster High doll, and I mean, I just started anyway, but... Is this a medicine cabinet?
That's a marker. It's a dingy marker. I don't know why I smelled it.
What does it smell like?
It smells like a marker. It doesn't smell dingy, but it looks dingy. Are these like highlighters? Did they come with like coloring books, or?
That's a good question. We're just gonna have to go through the... Why, I smelled it too. I know that one. I do know some of the Monster High dolls because I've always had an obsession with dolls. I can't help it. So when the Monster High dolls came out, I may have been in high school, but I watched most of the movies, so I know a few of the characters. That is Abby Abominable.
Some of them got bad head.
I was considering turning these two into, if any of you have seen American Horror Story, season 4 was Freak Show.
Mm-hmm.
And Freak Show had a two-headed girl called, well, both their names were Dot and Bet, played by Sarah Paulson, and I was considering making a doll out of it.
Brush, 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 brush.
Brush, 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 brush. Oh, look, a baggie.
Brush.
We're gonna go through this little accessory baggie before I pull anybody else out. It smells like garage. Smell. Somebody's garage. It's like a finger dress.
Finger pappy.
That wasn't interesting at all. I know who this is too. This is Deuce Gorgon. What's he doing with his face? Is he supposed to do that? I don't think he's supposed to. Yeah, I don't think he's supposed to do that. I think his neck's broken. He's just Deuce is dead. Deuces.
It's like that one cheetah supervillain for Wonder Woman, Chitara. Is that her name?
I think Chitara's from Thundercats. So we got a black cat and an orange cat, and I have no idea what their names are. Ooh, rickety head.
Cheetah in the cool dress. Is she like a butterfly?
The only reason that I know, yeah, she's a moth. The only reason that I know that is because I watched Delightful customize one over on her channel, and it turned out really cute.
What is that?
What are those? They look like antenna for like me. I want to be a monster too.
This is like a Monster High pet.
Yeah, some of them came with pets. I was a little too old to have Monster High myself, but I always thought they were really cool. I just could not for the life of me find a reason to buy them, and now I have it. So here they are, $200 worth of them. And I can justify it.
Are these stands?
Yes, so they come with stands so you can pose them in place.
That's cool. I wouldn't have thought like little girl dolls would have came with that. It's like collector stuff.
Well, they are super posable. This is why people customize
Yeah,
this.
and then the stands go in here, and then okay, cool. Ice Age figure arts figures don't even come with stands. You gotta buy the stands separately.
Ooh, a mermaid. Well, an armless mermaid. Are you threatened? She gonna drag you to the deep.
With water teeth.
That's Spectra. I know who that is.
Her face is just like, really? Come on, man. Come on. Seriously?
Oh, what is that? It's a mouse.
It's like when you get cut off in traffic, just...
Bruh!
This one's got a hat and no pants, and
Stuff.
also missing an arm.
Bubblegum.
It's cool. Ah!
My bubblegum!
Oh, God!
He just pulled this out, and it has bubble gum like stuck in her mouth, and she's got a hole in her mouth for it. So this is like totally awesome. It's Mondo cool. But that means that you can make little accessories to stick in her mouth, and I don't mean anything disgusting, so everybody keep their minds out of the gutter. Everybody. I just mean you can like, well, she's got bubble gum, and that's literally the only accessory that I can think of other than a whistle. What do you do with these? Like, is it just me, or does this look like S&M gear? Like, look, it's like a thong and a breastplate. What's happening here?
It's all like Egyptian Cleopatra.
Cleo Denial. I know that one. She's
Cleo's in denial.
Off-brand. Off-brand. Off-brand.
Turn on the red light. We're gonna get copyrighted. A random arm. Who's missing an arm? Raise your hand if you're missing an arm. Did somebody cut her hair?
Probably.
I was gonna say, it doesn't look supernatural.
Supernatural.
I mean, it's supposed to look supernatural, but it doesn't look supernatural.
But it doesn't, and I'm concerned.
There is a bug in the box. A dead bug. So they do have arms, they're just probably in a box somewhere.
Yeah, some of them have just loose arms in here. There was some in the baggie just all over them. No, don't throw arms at people!
No, it reminds me of Toy Story where he's using Buzz's arm and he's just like, I'm fine, guys, I'm with my pal Woody!
The yum yum flower.
I mean, honestly, I'm still curious as to what these are.
There we go, fixed it. Oh, what's that? That's adorable. Oh, it's like a Medusa. It's like a little... I don't know what that meant. Missing a show-ass bitch. Maybe that's why she's like, come on, my show.
I like how her limbs, like, as they, like, go on, they get more transparent.
Yep. She was a ghost. I think.
Spectre.
Spectra.
Inspector Gadget.
Da-da-da-da-da. Inspectra Gadget. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm a monster.
Dolls weren't super posable like this until they came out with like G.I. Joes and like action figures, because they're meant to be posed like they're in like action, like they're fighting, and then dolls are meant to like be looked at or like played with and like put in dollhouses and stuff.
But now people want to pose dolls just as much as people wanted to pose action figures. So now we have cute little things that do stuff like this. They just pose.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that one.
Also, she's bendy because she's a skeleton.
Huh. I don't think bones work like that.
Hers do. Ooh. 6 fake dolls, and then we got 26 real dolls. Not like.
Oh boy.
I just heard Michael giggle at me from the bathroom. That's how you know you f***ed up. So what do you think of these Monster High dolls? Your first look at them.
They're pretty cool. They're a lot more collectible than I thought they were. I just thought they were like Bratz dolls or whatever. They just gave to kids that so they could play with. But there's actually like a lot of accessories and like interchangeable stuff and even stands. Like action figures you buy today don't come with stands. Like you gotta buy a stand separate.
But this is the first actual time I've ever held a Monster High doll in my hand, and I can see why kids love them so much, and I don't understand why they were discontinued. They were just discontinued a few years ago, and people were really upset, especially doll makers, obviously.
I mean, Bratz were discontinued at one point. They brought those back.
That's true. Maybe they'll bring back Monster High dolls like even better in the future. Did you ever consider that? I didn't. As much fun as it was opening the box with Nate, I did need to know what I had, and I looked at a lot of these, and they were just, I was lost. So I came up with all the names for them by looking them up online. And I'm just going to quickly go through what each of them are for you. As you can see, I have all the good ones lined up here. These are all the ones that had all of their parts, weren't broken, none of that. Everything has been washed now because it smelled like garage, attic, as I'm sure you know if you watch through the rest of the video. But they're washed, they're naked, mostly because I need to know what they came with, and they're ready to go. So ready for customizing, I suppose. So to start off with, I'm going to tell you every doll that I got that didn't have any broken parts, and that's all in the front row here. And in that we have Lorna McNessie, Mousadie's King, Skeleta Calaveras, and I'm very sorry if I pronounce any of these wrong, I really am. Viperine Gorgon, Toralei Stripe, both of these dolls are Toralei Stripe, Katrine Demue, Spectra Vondergeist, Abby Abominable, LED, Luna Matthews, Frankie Stein, of course everybody knew that, I didn't have to look her up, 2 Claudine Wolfs, Operetta, Deuce Gorgon, Cleo Denial, Nephra Denial, then you got Perry and Pearl Serpentine back here, and those are all of my dolls that were not broken. So everybody had their hands, their arms, no legs were broken, everything looked to be in good order. Next I'm going to show you the dolls that were superposable Monster High dolls, not knockoffs, whatever those are, I'm not really entirely sure. I'm new to this. But next we have the ones that were not correct in some form or another, and I'll show you those ones. I have this Claudine Wolf with the beautiful like green and purple hair. I love the look of this one. She's missing one of her hands though, not that that's a big deal. I'm pretty sure if I really wanted to, I could find a hand for her on eBay. At first glance, this Claudine is fine. Until you look, and I'm pretty sure first of all she has an Ever After High doll arm, which is strange because there wasn't a solitary Ever After High doll in the entire box. And I checked Cleo, wasn't her arm. And then she's got this other arm that looks to be the forearm of a Cleo Denial, or maybe an Ever After High doll, and then this bright gold hand that doesn't go with any of the monsters here, so I'm at a loss for that one. You have a severely loved Claw Venus. Loved her so hard her legs and arms fell off. I didn't even realize anything was wrong with Catty Noir at first either, until I went to go move her head, and it just spun, and I realized the peg's up in there. That's not a super hard fix either though. I think Catty will be just fine with a little bit of surgery. Don't you worry, ma'am. I'm a doctor. I'm not. I thought Gigi Grant had all her parts too, but I was absolutely wrong on that. Unless that gold hand was Gigi's. Ooh. You know, I just had a thought that maybe that gold hand was Gigi's because it had the exact same hands and nail shapes as hers. This one's floppy AF. Because it had the exact same hand shape and fingernails as hers, but it's gold and it has scales on it, so I'm still at a loss for where this hand came from, but it suits Gigi better than it did Claudine, so it's staying on her. Then I've got another Mousadie's King, and she's missing one of her hands, but one of the other things that I noticed between this Mousadie's and that Mousadie's, the Mousadie's that had all her parts has kind of a pearlescent bluish sheen to her when you roll her in the light, and this one is flat gray. So I don't know why they're different. I don't know if they're different Mousadies or what, but you know, they are different in the slightest bits. And then this again, you got Toralei, the Great Scarier Reef Toralei, I learned. She has no arms, and that's a bit sad, but we'll figure out something to do with her eventually, I guess. Lastly, I have 6 knockoff dolls. So if you were counting so far, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19 complete dolls, 2, 4, 6, 7 incomplete posable dolls. So I guess in total in super posable dolls, we have 18 complete, well 19, I'm sorry, I forgot these 2. And then we have 7 of them, which makes 26 altogether, and then 6 more of these, 32 dolls. We have 2 fake Frankensteins, or non-posable. I'm really not entirely sure about the logistics of that one. Are these fake, or are they just poorly made? So in the cheaper quality Monster High dolls, that's how we'll put it, cheaper quality. I have 2 Frankensteins. I have 1 Laguna Blue and 1 Jaculora. One Draculora and 1 Laguna Blue. Then I have a cheap quality Claudine and a cheap quality Cleo. Cheap quality Cleo. That's a tongue twister. Cheap quality Cleo. Cheap quality Cleo. Cheap quality Cleo. No, it's not. I just disproved myself. That's actually everything that came in my Monster High box. So thank you guys so much for joining me and Nate. We had a really good time doing this and checking out how cool these dolls are. I'm really excited into customizing these. I wanted to only use Bratz dolls as my blank canvas, but realistically for a doll to look, there's not much diversification that you can do with the Bratz dolls with their head shapes and their bodies all being as stiff as they are. So in order to diversify my portfolio of dolls, I suppose, I almost have to use these, and I'm okay with that because they're all really cute and really cool, and I'm glad I bought them. So this is what I spent my spare money on for a little bit, and this is what I'm going to be working on. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm really excited to get started on this. If you want to see what I create, I will start posting them on my Instagram at KittyGumDrop, though I was considering making my own personal doll account if I'm going to be doing this. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you guys next Monday for a more exciting video if you guys weren't interested in this one, and I guess I'm gonna go play with my dolls now. Bye!